What's up guys, Anastas here at RoyalZProduction, and today I'm going to go over a question that I've gotten a lot either on my YouTube videos or my Instagram, even Facebook, and honestly I've even got some emails from you guys asking how I got into music videos. Music videos kind of came about after working at my full-time job here at Strategy Lab Marketing, shooting a lot of corporate videos for the first year. So I kind of wanted to take a little bit of a step back from corporate edits and try a little bit of music video shooting, wedding shooting, and fitness. My friend and I were actually just sitting watching some music videos on YouTube, and he kind of looked over at me, he's like, man, like you have all the equipment to shoot this stuff, like some of these videos aren't even that good and they're hits. Why don't you get into that? So I said, hey, like why not? So did a little bit of research, and I actually found an artist group, Undefeated, here in Regina. So they were a local group, shot my first music video with them, they really liked it. And honestly, after I shot that first music videos kind of like, well, everybody started messaging me locally for music videos just because nobody was really shooting them around here. And I knew that was kind of like a market that I want to target after shooting my first few, just because I was the only one doing it around here. So basically, after the first shoot, how I kind of started was just shooting music videos for everyone for free. I didn't even charge a cent. I was going out and I was spending up to like 8 hours with these artists and literally shooting these visuals for free, not charging a cent, because I want to build my portfolio. And that's a really important piece for shooting anything, whether it's corporate. Weddings, honestly, you could even shoot for free. As painful as some of these shoots are to shoot for free and to invest so much time into, you really do have to build some sort of portfolio. I would say probably my first 10 music videos were ranging from free to about $150 to $200 Canadian, which is like nothing. After that, after I got my first like 5 to 10 music videos posted and the clients were happy, everything just kind of started snowballing. So I had people hitting me up locally. The artists that I shot for were also talking to their friends who were also artists, and basically my name just kind of got around locally, again, since nobody else was doing these videos locally. So a lot of my subscribers who follow me from my music videos have probably seen my video on how I shoot hip-hop videos or rap videos. That was actually on one of probably my 6th or 7th video shoot, or music video shoot, when I was kind of just getting the hang of everything. I kind of had like a treatment plan in place, like okay, I show up with my Ronin, I show up with my GH4 or GH5, my Bose speaker, and we just kind of freelance guerrilla shoot a bunch of different, or like 3 different locations. And I had kind of, you know, I want to get my handheld shot from a far distance, medium distance, short range distance, and then get my gimbal shots that I would normally shoot, and then edit it a specific way. This is a good and bad thing. Good part of this was I obviously got to make that vlog, which has obviously, from the comments, has helped a lot of amateur videographers out. I do plan on making like a revamped version of that, just because I have switched up my techniques, my gear, and just the way that I look at music videos now, since that video was posted like almost 2 years ago. But going back to that tutorial video, I basically, the artist Bonfils hit me up, or I actually made a post on my Facebook page. I said, hey, if anybody wants a free music video, I really want to shoot one. It was like middle of December and we had like a really nice day out. It was like +1 out of nowhere. Bonfils hit me up, he's like, yo, let's shoot. I said, okay, only if I can vlog the video. So I shot the vlog. Eventually it got a lot of local traction at first, because like a lot of local people were like kind of wondering like what I was up to with the music video scene, because people were so used to seeing me post the automotive videography and corporate edits through StratLab. So music videos was like really different for Regina or even Saskatchewan. There are a couple guys out in Saskatoon, which is a couple hour drive away, that are shooting, but Regina, kind of a dead scene for music videos. So we shot that video, got a lot of local traction, and next thing I know, I'm checking the statistics every month, and it's going up by, you know, 2,000 views, 5,000 views, 20,000, and it just started snowballing, and now it's almost at like 500,000 or something, and there's just, the comments are just flooded, and so many people have supported that video, and even still DM me to this day 2 years later saying that they found me through that video. So after that video, honestly, I started getting hit up by a lot of other artists from out of town. So we're talking like a lot from Toronto, and even actually a lot from the States. Not really too many from like other provinces, just kind of mostly focused on Toronto. So at that point, once there was a lot of local artists hitting me up for music videos, and I kind of like became that guy locally to shoot music videos here in Regina, I started to take on every single project that was getting thrown my way. Artists would hit me up, I'd book them within days, and we'd shoot that video, whether it was at, 7 p.m. till 9 or 10 p.m. till 3 in the morning. I was just shooting as much as I could. And the issue with this is I actually kind of burnt out. I noticed that a lot of my music videos, even if the client was happy, I just wasn't happy with them because I kind of got into a creative block, and it seemed like every step of me shooting those music videos, everything just looked the same to me and it just seemed very cookie cutter. So I kind of took a step back actually this year, and for about 2 or 3 months, and I just wanted to see how music videos locally would play out. And there wasn't really much getting posted. There was artists constantly hitting me up like, hey, when are you gonna get back into it? When you do get back into it, hit me up immediately because I have projects that I want you to shoot. I work with Dyson, he over here at StratLab, so I kind of pushed a lot of music video clients over to him. And when I wasn't shooting, and I just kind of wanted to restructure as much as I could and kind of take a different approach at music videos. So actually meeting up with the client prior to shooting, or a FaceTime call or a phone call, and locking down locations and not doing so much of the guerrilla shooting and actually taking like the production value just to a higher level. So with that being said, I guess that's kind of a mistake that I made, was just kind of burning myself out and shooting the cookie cutter videos. Another thing I want to touch on too is just how I maintain my music video clients now. I obviously work full-time here, so it's kind of difficult for me to find time to shoot these artists. So again, I have cut back on the music visuals, that's why you won't see as many posted. However, I try to put obviously more production into them. Another thing with maintaining clients is honestly like just sitting down shooting the shit with the client, like whether you don't even have to be shooting. Like a good example, my buddy Ryan Rogers, aka Tony Hayes, he's a artist. He's now moved over to Calgary, Alberta. I would sometimes literally go to his studio to like discuss a video treatment with an artist that was maybe recording in the studio that night, and that was the best time to catch them, to hang out and just kind of talk about the visuals that we had in mind. And next thing you know, the artist ends up dipping, and Ryan and I are sitting in the studio literally talking for like 2 hours straight, just about music, about life, just all this stuff. So creating that relationship with a music video client is also key. And if you really do like shooting the music videos, you obviously have some sort of passion for music. In my spare time, I'm always watching music videos. When a new music video drops from an artist or another creator that I follow, I'm always watching, I'm always studying. So definitely look at that as like a networking opportunity too. Another good example was Fetty Wap was on tour here in Canada, and he came through to Regina in our city, and I ended up shooting, thanks to Pimpton, who I have shot visuals for in the past and will be in the future. He has a feature with Fetty Wap on his latest album, and he's also hooked up with an artist named Peter Jackson. So I ended up shooting Peter Jackson performing live opening for Fetty, and later that night, Fetty's boys, so Remy Boy Monty, Peter Jackson, DV2G, and some other producers and stuff all headed back to a local studio. Pimpton had me over there, and next thing you know, I shot the studio sesh video, turned it around the next day, and all these artists end up following me. I actually ended up meeting Fetty Wap's videographer, who's also at the studio, and we're actually going to be doing some collabs in the future. He's out in LA. I'll probably end up meeting him in person, but we have some edit collabs coming soon. Another big thing with networking too is keeping up with local scenes, whether they're in your own country, like as a whole, or like locally. So I'm always commenting on artists' pictures, commenting on or DMing them, checking out their work, and just generally showing support. So I'm always on Instagram, I'm always DMing other videographers, and that's the best. Like a good example is actually James Fisk Films. He actually hit me up saying that he watched one of my YouTube tutorials, and that's how he found me. One day he literally commented on one of my videos like, yo, he straight up said, he's like, yo, DM me or like follow me or something. And then we've linked and we chat all the time. Literally making online friends is like huge in this industry. Also taking into account that sometimes it can be difficult to assume that every artist you shoot is going to blow up and be huge. But again, networking opportunities too. A good example is the music video I shot for Biz Loke here in Regina actually. The Look At Me freestyle. If you're a Toronto videographer watching this or an artist, you obviously know about Biz Loke. He's pretty much blown up in Toronto especially, and his music and everything is just getting around even outside of Canada. Basically when I shot him, I was shooting a video for Step Baller, and Biz happened to be in town and knew Step, and he was an extra in one of the videos. I had no idea who this guy was, and he asked me, he said, you know, you're very professional on set, you got everything done on time, and you obviously turn around your videos very quickly. And he asked how much I charge for my visuals. I gave him my price, and next thing you know, we're booked in for literally like on the Friday or something to shoot at like 7 p.m. And I have no idea who this guy is. He just wanted a music video out of the blue, said he was from Toronto and that he's gonna blow up. Just trust him. And you know, that's what every artist says. But next thing you know, we're shooting from like 6 or 7 p.m. up until like 3 in the morning, and I had to be up at like 6 for like another shoot the next morning. Obviously, being kind of pissed off about that, I edit the video up, and actually when I'm actually listening to the song and putting the edit together, I'm like, shit, like this could actually be something. Like I have no idea who this guy was. When I posted the video on Instagram, I honestly couldn't even find the guy's Instagram. Like I think Biz was like a private account with like 200 followers. Like he was so low key. Nobody in Toronto like really knew who he was, or like he wasn't popping at all. But I checked his SoundCloud, and when he showed me his music, and he literally had like, I'm not even kidding, like 20 plays on each song. Like it was literally the most low-key person that ever hit me up. But then he linked up with the Nemesis out in Toronto and started dropping more music out in Toronto, and he ended up just, in my opinion, blowing up out there. So you really never know who's gonna blow. And I have messaged Biz before he got locked up, and you know, saying, hey, if you want to shoot, I can come out to Toronto and shoot you. We were supposed to be shooting in November, but stuff happened. And yeah, I mean, those people will never forget about you either, which is like really dope. So the future of music videos for me, honestly, like everything is just like gone by so fast. Taking a step back and looking at it, I really do want to make frequent trips out to Toronto and shoot artists out there, just because a lot of artists, and especially videographers, I definitely want to head out there and collab with as many music videographers as I can, and just network out there, shoot as many artists as I can, get my name out there a little more. Probably head out to LA. I know there's some artists out there that are down to shoot as well. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, is just kind of take my practice locally and start taking that out to different provinces, different cities out of country, and start taking it traveling a little bit, just because it's kind of gotten to that point. Now, again, like I obviously started from nothing. I started from like I think my first music video was shot all in 60 FPS because I had no idea what I was really doing for a music video. So technically I could have used that entire music video as B-roll. So I had no idea what I was doing then. I kind of like have a way better idea what I'm doing now, and a lot of people seem to really like the work. So yeah, basically, just to sum up this video, as long as you just have the work ethic and continue shooting as much as you possibly can, because honestly, like I started from nothing. My first music video was shot in 60 FPS. Like I had literally zero idea what I was doing. I just kind of showed up, ran the performance scenes, ran the B-roll, didn't really look up any YouTube tutorials. I just kind of, you know, assumed that you would take a speaker and sync up the audio with the artist in real time and just kind of roll from there. But you know, I've learned so much along the way in these past like 2 years of shooting them. And like I'm from like a small city of like 300,000 people, and 6 months out of the year we have like heavy snow, and it's super difficult to shoot in the winter. So like, you know, I don't have access to like a lot of, you know, poppin' artists or poppin' music videographers like locally. So you know, if I'm able to do it in a small city and, you know, network properly, anybody can too. And you know, for the first few music videos, you know, you're not going to be, I was talking about not getting paid anything, which is fine. Especially it's difficult to go from, if you're a freelancer and you're shooting corporate jobs, going from paid corporate jobs for, you know, maybe a year or two, and then getting paid literally nothing, and basically investing your time heavily into shooting something that, you know, is very like time dependent. Like music videos, I always joke, never run on time. When you say you want to meet up at 5 o'clock, most likely going to start at like 6:30 or 7. I'm not even kidding. Like, unless you're doing some big production or something and you're taking it super seriously and there's a bigger budget, etc. So yeah, just to sum up this video, that's kind of how I got into music videos. Just kind of my journey in a nutshell of how I got into everything, how I networked with everyone, and how I built up RoyalZ, and how people now see me as a music videographer rather than like a corporate shooter or like a cinematic shooter. I could definitely see myself like traveling more with this and taking it a little bit to the next level, and just upping production, upping my gear. Definitely there's so many things I have to work on still, but it's pretty cool to have built a little bit of like a fan base, I guess, on the YouTube channel. Like I would have never thought like I'd ever have like even 20,000 subscribers. Like that's still pretty crazy to me. So I mean that one tutorial video seemed to help a lot of people. I'm definitely going to keep up with that and drop a lot of other music video related content and video content like vlogs like this. I definitely want to do more kind of like talking just in front of a camera and giving away any tips, tricks, or any of that in the future. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.